I think it's no secret that My Little Pony is beloved by everybody. With over 9 seasons of content and a movie in 2017, it's no wonder it's one of Hasbro's most beloved properties. And with so many characters, it's easy to find the one that you like. But then again, there was one character I did not like. One character I found horrible. Most probably the worst character ever to be shown on screen. And that character, unfortunately, is none other than Chancellor Neighsay. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could this character be so bad? I mean, after all, he only appeared about 5 episodes in Season 8. Well, to answer this question, I feel like we should talk about where it all started.
We're back in business!
In March 24th, 2018, the first 2 parts of My Little Pony Season 8 was born. You see, in this episode, Twilight decides to make a school to promote friendship. Celestia then mentions how to Twilight to make the schools he needs to be EEA approved. The EEA is pretty much the Equestrian Education Association. It's a board school that oversees all schools in Equestria. This then leads to the introduction of Chancellor Neighsay.
Hello.
And I won't lie, his
My
introduction
name
is actually pretty well made. His whole personality is told us by his speaking and body language alone. Now the character is played by Maurice LaMatsu, who is to say the least a very popular voice actor. And his voice work is no different here. His voice tells us that he's stern, but fair, sort of like Professor Snape from Harry Potter. Now some people have said his appearance reminds them of Doctor Strange from Marvel. But to be honest, I never actually saw it. The only thing I saw that was Doctor Strange-like was the magical seal he had. But then my opinion of this character had changed after this moment.
I'm so sorry, Chancellor. We clearly had some students get a little carried away.
Those are students? But you said you were opening this school to protect Equestria, to defend ponies from dangerous creatures who don't have our best interests at heart.
That's right, everybody. We have a big fat racist on our hands.
We got one, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, we got him.
Or a species, whichever one you prefer. Now let me make this clear. The fact that he's racist or species is not the problem. Hell, if you ask me, you can actually build up a good character off the fact that he's racist or species. We could learn where he get these ideals from. Whether it was supposed to be that he was raised a certain way, or a traumatic past that altered his view of life. The problem is, nothing I say here was used for his character. You see, Chancellor Neighsay says that only ponies could be taught the magic of friendship.
And use it against us.
Friendship isn't just for ponies.
It should be.
The first question that comes to mind that I want to ask is, why?
Another problem I have is how fast his character changes. Like I said before, his introduction told us he was a strict and calm person. Now he just sounds whining and annoying.
This is for the greater good. The school was disorganized, the teachers unqualified, and those dangerous and unpredictable students put ponies' lives in danger.
I do. It's true that my School of Friendship is EEA unaccredited.
Look, she said it without doing the eye thing.
Then it is not a school.
I'm going to do things differently.
Allowing all of these creatures to attend your school, changing the rules for them, it simply won't work.
But then again, this part was actually pretty funny.
To recall something about Earth ponies, unicorns, and Pegasi doing something similar, don't you?
Oh! Burns to a crisp.
We let us see him in episode 16 in the show called Friendship University. You see, in this episode, the Flim Flam Bloods did the exact same thing Twilight was doing in the first episode, but instead, they're making it all for ponies. It's then revealed that Flim and Flam got themselves accredited by the EEA themselves by none other than Chancellor Neighsay.
Why, the EEA, of course.
Chancellor Neighsay?
The Equestria Educational Association has taken an interest in institutions that teach friendship in a pony-first environment.
You're just you're a fucking asshole.
Well, she did write the book on it.
Ah, yes. How to teach friendship to creatures who will one day use it as a weapon against us.
How could they use friendship as a weapon?
You tell me. It's your book. Meantime, this university
He's
appears
an
to be a
asshole.
promising option for ponies who prefer to stick to the EEA.
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. If that's thinking cunt, staying true when you tell you you're motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a that stinking cunt.
It's then revealed that Star Swirl has been taken into Flim and Flam's school scam.
I'd heard rumors you'd returned, but I didn't believe it until now. And if a pony of your stature is studying here, there really isn't anything else I need to see.
It's like, what'd you say?
I'd heard rumors you'd returned, but I didn't believe it until now.
Okay, first of all, let me see if I'm getting this right. You hear that pony is back from
it is
1,000 years
difficult to
slumber and is
express how
traveling the
grateful
world, and
I
you don't
am to
actually
you
believe it and
for
find it as a
teaching
rumor?
me the
Not to
power
mention that
of
tons of
friendship.
people had actually witnessed his presence. I feel like this is
You
more
would
than
think
just
after
some
more
rumor.
than a
And secondly,
And if a pony of your stature is studying here, there really isn't anything else I need to see.
Of course they're good. We copied them from your book. We just skipped every other page. All the lessons half the time.
you are a fucking moron. Anyways, let's finish this with the final two-part episode, School Ways. You see, in this finale, it's revealed that magic is disappearing all over Equestria. So they decide to go to Tartarus because they think it might be the work of T-Rex. And they left Starlight and Cozy Glow in charge.
Dad, Professor
But then
Sparkle
Starlight
is away.
mysteriously leaves,
But
which
don't
leaves
worry,
Cozy Glow
because
to
she left
become the
me
new head
in
male
charge.
substitute. Chancellor Neighsay then decides to take over the School of Friendship. What gives him the authority right to do this, you may ask?
I don't know.
Believe me, I could comment all day about that. But then there was this moment that made me hate this character altogether.
What are you doing? Those are Twilight student files.
These aren't. Not anymore. With Equestria under attack, ponies must stand together. Twilight has endangered us all by skipping off on friendship trips while these dangerous creatures run loose.
You don't think they're the reason magic is disappearing, do you?
Yes, and I came to warn Twilight. But since she is gone, it falls to me to protect you foes from these monsters.
Not
Yeah,
too
I
loud.
hate all equivalent thieves.
Did you hear something?
It sounded like it came from over there.
You again, as I suspected. From now on, this school is pony only, as nature intended. Since you refuse to explain your plot against Equestria and return the magic you stole, you will stay here while I summon your guardians to take you home.
You know what? I really wouldn't care this much if I just didn't have one question. It's not even that big a question. It's just one teeny tiny, so small Plankton couldn't even look at it question. Now, what question was it? Oh, yes. Ah! What could possibly make you believe that the 6 students in Twilight School are actually responsible for this? For that to be the case, there needed to be at least one reason why they would want equestrian magic. And secondly,
And return the magic you stole, you will stay here while I summon your guardians to take you home. You said you were opening this school to protect Equestria, to defend ponies from dangerous creatures who don't have our best interests at heart. Those dangerous and unpredictable students put ponies' lives in danger.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
Chancellor?
so then Cozy Glow ties up Neighsay and Big Socks
I'm
is
sure
the villain. But then the other students manage to flee him and he finally apologizes.
Your head mare is right. I thought friendship was something that only ponies should share with each other. But you all taught me how wrong I was. I suppose true friendship can take a lifetime to understand.
And while I'm glad he'd apologize, I just don't really feel the authenticity of it all. And with all the stuff he pulled from insulting the world leaders, and not making thorough inspections of schools, and with making assumptions with no proof of it, his apology really didn't strike well with me. And his whole belief of how ponies could be only able to learn friendship didn't really work since Spike was with ponies and he's learned friendship perfectly. In the end, I didn't really like Chancellor Neighsay. Now, again, there is some character you can actually do with him, but for some reason it wasn't actually working well enough. And I know I'm not alone because so many people have said the exact same thing about Chancellor Neighsay.
Our students?
Those are lesser beings.
How dare you have students that don't follow the rules? It's all your fault.
Dangerous creatures who don't have our best interests at heart.
They're really going there.
Don't have our best
What a
interests at heart.
racist!
school teaches
How dare or a formist? I don't know. A
Speciesist.
speciesist in this case?
These creatures.
How would you feel being called a creature and they're right behind you? Okay, first off, this fool is dumb. All these things could F him up like so bad. They would fold his ass so bad.
Friendship isn't just for ponies.
It should be.
Why? Who says that? That's like, I'm kind of annoyed by how not realistic and like just totally cliche his character is. I don't know. Can't put it into words, but I'm not a fan of him.
Unicorn thing. Maybe yaks don't eat ponies, go!
One thing Yak does need is breath mint.
You should return to your kind.
Your kind?
What do you mean, you people? They went there.
I'm from the savannah.
He just became an international incident.
Every pony's a little bit racist sometimes.
Oh my god, this episode's about racism. Subtle subtext or something? No, it's just, this line is the line you cross by saying the R word. This is where they've gotten up to. Well, I guess you gotta teach the kids something.
This is for the greater good.
The greater good.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
Shut it! That greater good comment's the closest he comes to being a well-rounded character, you know? But then he just goes right back to being like a blatant racist everyone hates, and he's just written so flatly. I find it obnoxious.
For the greater good.
The greater good.
Classes won't start at all. The EEA has spoken, and none shall pass.
Well, just face it, Mr. Gandalf reference. There's 20 of them, including the highest pony authority, and only one of you.
Get away and accidentally wreck things.
Those are students? But you said you were opening this school to protect Equestria.
No, she didn't. You kind of put words in her mouth there. And then we get into this part.
To defend ponies from dangerous creatures who don't have our best interests at heart. Oh, and how do you know these creatures won't take what they have learned here and use it against us? Shut up, shut up!
Friendship isn't just for ponies.
It should be.
This is really uncomfortable.
Maybe yaks don't eat ponies, go! Well, then perhaps you should return to your kind.
Yeah, remember all those times how I pointed out how racist ponies seem to be? Well, I think we found the culprit. This flaming bigot is in charge of the education system. While it is pretty much a retroactive patch, I think it's a good patch. The ponies' opinions and attitudes towards other races was a huge problem that the show really needed to address. After all, you can't quite have your characters profess to be authorities on friendship when they treat other races the way they do. Now, does it fix every instance of racism in the show's past? No, of course it doesn't, due in part to how far after the fact it comes, but at least it offers an explanation and uses it to tackle a serious issue. So after the Chancellor's rather shade-filled remarks, the other leaders decide that enough is enough, and it's pretty disheartening.
It's fine. We know not every pony sees us the way you do. We're used to it.
Twilight threatens to tell Celestia, but Neighsay has the perfect counter. Sort of.
When she hears you close the school
Because you failed to meet the EEA's standards? Irresponsible teachers, students skipping class, endangering ponies. Your school is a disaster.
Yeah, I hate that he's right. Up until he finishes his sentence.
Perhaps if you had higher standards for who was admitted, this could have been avoided.
Bit of a misdiagnosis, but then again, he's the villain, so he's supposed to be wrong. And Twilight destroys the seal, prompting Chancellor Severus Neighsay to show up.
Classes won't start at all. The EEA has spoken, and none shall pass.
Eat your heart out, Gandalf. That was epic.
The school was disorganized.
Yeah.
The teachers unqualified.
Yeah.
And those dangerous and unpredictable students put ponies' lives in danger.
Not really. Hey, can we get a slapstick montage? exaggerating.
How to teach friendship to creatures who will one day use it as a weapon against us.
You know, this was something I wanted to ask in the first Pony Thoughts video, but I didn't have time to. How exactly can they use friendship as a weapon?
How could they use friendship as a weapon?
Yeah, exactly.
You tell me, it's your book.
That doesn't really answer the question, though.
Meantime, this university appears to be a promising option for ponies.
Racist! Or should I say, speciesist? It doesn't have the same ring to it.
One would think the head mayor of a school of friendship, albeit an unaccredited one.
Who cares if it's been accredited by your people or not, so long as it's doing what it said it would do. And it has been for well over 9 months.
I'd heard rumors you'd returned, but I didn't believe it until now.
Why didn't you believe it? With such an important and iconic pony figure and others returned to the world and is traveling around the entire land, you'd think everyone would be talking about it, along with photographic proof. And by that statement, did you not believe T-Rex stealing everyone's magic and taking over the land, or Discord turning everything into chaos?
My word, Princess. I wonder if the ill manners of the creatures at your school aren't contagious.
Go die in a fire.
I'm so sad makes me feel not so, logical.
That's kind of a loaded statement there.
And then there's this asshole.
Now, what did I just say earlier?
I literally forgot that this guy was there.
Yes, it is I, Pinky. Sorry.
Can we just not have him here, please?
He has no authority here.
It's the other racist pony that's trying to take over the school.
Magic is failing across our land, and she left a fool in charge of this facility?
I haven't used a train in years, and I was forced to use one, and this is all Twilight's fault. Somehow I'm racist.
Twilight's folly stops here.
I love that name so much. I don't think I could call the school anything else now.
I am head stallion.
Just declaring you're the head of a school would be against regulation.
I have quite a few changes to make.
First of all, the curtains are all wrong.
Beata Celestia, you know I am a righteous unicorn.
Twilight has endangered us all by skipping off on friendship trips.
Oh, Twilight's trying to save the world. Come on.
As terrible as he is, he's right about the main six not being able to run a school and run off on quests.
While these dangerous creatures run loose.
Oh, and right after I agree with him, we get a line like that. Wow. Remember when we used to joke about Twist being the worst character? I miss Twist.
You don't think they're the reason magic is disappearing, do you?
Yes.
Who hurt him? This asshat.
Falls to me to protect you fools from these monsters.
Dick.
Did you hear something?
Why would you give away your position like that? Again, I could think of a million better ways from them to be caught. This is my pet peeve.
It's you! The yak is sucking the magic out of everything. Come on.
Oh, good. His satanic powers of tenure are still working.
Why does his superintendent, abilities let him use chains to constrict children?
Babe, that's how the education system works.
Pony only. As nature intended.
Wow.
I'm racist.
Oh man, they're really kicking up the racism in this final episode. Jesus.
I'm almost annoyed with how blatantly racist this guy is. There's no explanation.
Really playing up this racist card, aren't they?
He's just racist.
Racism. The biggest villain of all.
It weakens the message, in my opinion, because it's so over-the-top ridiculous.
I think this is the first episode I actually hate. Neighsay could work well as a character if he had some reasoning. Just a really harsh allegory for prejudice that's just pathetic. Villains need to have more than one dimension.
Doesn't nature create all creatures?
Discrimination, assault, wrongful imprisonment, slander, and this guy just attacked a member of the Hippogriff royal family. How is he not on trial? Still want to talk about threats from beyond Equestria, bucko?
And now you gotta kill him.
Right, I've been duped by a bipolar child.
Friendship was something that only ponies should share with each other.
Why would he think that?
Oh my gosh, did he finally pull his head out of his ass? I love how smug Twilight and Celestia are. There's hope.
They can't be closing the book on Neighsay's arc without even establishing his most basic motivations. That's supposed to be the first thing you do, and they never did.
She's away on a quest. I'm watching the school for her.
Magic is failing across our land, and she left a fool in charge of this facility?
An unnaturally intelligent one.
Endangered us all by skipping off on friendship trips while these dangerous creatures run loose.
You don't think they're the reason magic is disappearing, do you?
Yes.
How? How do you know it's them? Do you have any proof or evidence of this? Do you have anything to back this bullshit up?
The entire hospital has vanished. The Royal Hope no longer exists. It's not been destroyed, there's no wreckage. It's simply gone.
I blame you for this.
A pretty decent fake out, as it appears that Neighsay has returned.
That won't be necessary. Twilight's folly stops here. As of now, I am head stallion.
Says who? Wasn't the whole thing regarding school days that Twilight School operates without EEA accreditation or oversight? This isn't a capture the flag game. He has no authority to stake this claim.
You are back in charge of the School of Friendship, Princess. It's clear to me now that there is no pony better suited for the job.
I'm glad and all that this asshole finally understands what Twilight has been doing, but I don't know, his change doesn't feel right somehow. I can't explain it.
And so in conclusion, Chancellor Neighsay is the worst character and possibly the worst villain in My Little Pony. If you want to see a better version of this character done, check out DWK's version.
Deposing Twilight and expelling all those disgusting non-pony students. Hey, man, that is not okay. Yaks, griffins, dragons, and all other inferior species have a place in our society, like doing manual labor or working retail. Don't be racist. No, the yaks will steal our women with their massive, hairy schlongs. Griffins will drain bits from our economy by sending them back to their impoverished homeland. And don't get me started on dragons, especially the females. The sensuous succubi with their shiny, muscular bodies and those long, fallacious, serpentine tongues. It's disgusting. How can a mere pony resist the temptation? How can he in good conscience look his poor wife in the eye when his mind is constantly plagued by lustful thoughts for these indecent creatures? Right, all of those non-pony degenerates are gone and I'm in charge of this school now. But I want that job. I am a government official and I'm qualified for it. There's nothing some random child can do to depose someone of my authority. He molested me. No, I didn't. What the fuck? They'll never believe you didn't do it. I basically look like a walking fleshlight. What is wrong with you, kid? What happened to you? Nothing. And you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna leave this right here. No, anything but that. I won't look. I won't look. You know what, Princess Twilight? I learned something today. What's that, Chancellor Neighsay? It's okay that I want to fuck dragon. That is debatable. It's okay, because children are evil abominations, and you can't get a dragon pregnant. I can. That is a very important lesson, Chancellor. I wish you luck in chasing the dragon. Wait, what the hell are you...
Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, ring bell for more notifications, and all my other links will be in the description down below. And now, if you excuse me, I have to waste my time with another video. Bye!